Hey guys! Alright, so this next lesson is actually really fast. I'm just going to quickly kind of go over lesson 2. Not quickly. Lesson 2 is much shorter than lesson 1. And so it is going on review of area and volume for specific shapes. But I think the easiest way is just to go over. So this is, again, a geometry review. Of area and volume. So I'm going to start with volume. And I'm going to go over the formulas with you. So the volume of a sphere, volume equals 4 pi r cubed divided by 3. Okay? The volume of a cylinder is so volume equals the area of your base times the height. Remember, a cylinder is like a can. So think a cylinder, right, you have like and a sphere. I don't even know how to draw a 3D ball, but a sphere is like the volume of a ball. And then your cone or pyramid has the same formula. So remember, cone, just think of a snow cone, where pyramid is much harder to draw, but I did it. Okay? And the equation for the volume of these is the area of your base times height divided by 3. Now there's different ways of writing this one. Like I think the book says the area of the base times height times 1/3, which is still, if this was times 1, it's itself over 3. Same with this. You'll see the formula written pi r cubed times 4/3. It's the same. I just set it up a little different, but it is the same. So I'm going to have us do some examples together to kind of go over what they cover in the book. So this is going to give me, here's the shape. It is a right cylinder. And I'm going to draw it. You're drawing it. You don't have to draw it. And the height is 10. And then they drew the bottom for us so that we can go over it. So that is a terrible drawing. This is 3, this is 6, this is 5. Okay, and they'd like me to find the volume of this right cylinder in centimeters. Okay, so for a cylinder, I have to find the area of the base times the height. So volume equals area of base, which would be that, times the height. And so I'm going to fill in what I have. Okay, so my base, we can agree this part here is a rectangle. So the area of my rectangle would be 6 times 5. Plus, I have a half circle. So I would do pi times 3 squared divided by 2, because that right there is a half circle. Okay? Times the height, which is 10. Okay? And then I would enter that in my calculator, and I got approximately 441.4 centimeters cubed. Next one. Here is a cone, not drawn perfectly. I'm going to kind of fill in the dimensions though. So here is my cone, and they are going to tell us, in this specific problem, sometimes they're going to tell us the information and have us work backwards. So in this problem, they're telling us the volume equals 6 pi centimeters cubed, the height equals 2 centimeters, and they want us to find r, which is radius, right? Okay, so I'm going to start to fill in what I know. I know that the volume of a cone equals the area of my base times my height divided by 3. And so I'm going to fill in the information they've given me. So I'm going to fill in, right, I have height is 2, a volume is 6 pi. So I'm going to fill in volume and height. So I know that the volume is 6 pi equals the area of my base, which I know the area of my base is a circle. So I have pi r squared, I don't know what r is, times the height, I know that's 2, divided by 3. And then from here I'm going to solve. I'm going to actually zoom this in. So I'm actually going to cross multiply, but if you're not comfortable with that, I'm going to multiply both sides by 3. So these will cancel. So now I have 18 pi equals 2 pi r squared. Okay. Then I'm going to divide both sides by 2 pi. I'm going to move over here. The pi cancels, and I'm left with 9 equals my radius squared, square root, and my radius equals 3, and we're talking about centimeters. Okay, so I filled in the information they gave me into each spot. So I filled in this, and this. Okay, next one. I don't spend a ton of time in this section just because it is geometry review, so I feel pretty confident you guys will remember how to do some of these or use the formulas. All right, so this problem is going to be on a pyramid. I'm going to do my best to sketch the best darn pyramid you ever did see. All right, so information. The base is a square. My slant height is 5 centimeters. The side length here is 4 centimeters. Find volume. Okay, so I have a pyramid, and the formula for volume is the area of the base, which in this case is a square, times the height divided by 3. Now, I don't know what the height is. I know what the slant height is. Slant height means that on a slant, right there is 5. Okay, so if I was to draw that out, because we're going to need to know the height of this object, so I'm going to draw this triangle that I have here so that I can find the height. So for example, I want you to picture, let's see if I can draw it. I want you to picture this triangle, and then what I should have done is draw it in red. So I know that this is 5. I don't know the height, but I know this must be 2, right? Half of 4. Because if it is a square, then I know that it's 4 this way, and I know that this is 4. So I need to find the height using the good old Pythagorean theorem. So I know that 5 squared is equal to 2 squared plus h squared. So 25 equals 4 plus h squared. So 21 equals h squared. So the square root of 21 equals the height. Now I can plug that in. So volume equals area of my square times the root of 21 all over 3, okay, which would give me 16 root 21 over 3. Now, can I leave my answer like this? Now, I know for some, we see this and we go, oh, 21 is divisible by 3. No, that's the square root of 21. Very, very different, so you can't divide that by 3. These are not reducible, so you can leave it or you can enter your answer as a decimal. So 16 times the square root of 21 divided by 3 is 24.4 centimeters cubed. And that would be my answer. That pretty much covers what is offered in this section. The only other thing I can think that they might ask for you to do is having to do with a sphere. So find the volume and surface area of a sphere with a radius of 9 meters. Okay, so here I have to zoom out a little bit. So for the volume of a sphere, my formula was 4 thirds times pi r cubed. So that would be 4 times pi times 9 cubed over 3. And so I'm simply just going to work that out. And so for a volume, 4 times 9 cubed, I get 972 pi meters cubed. You could also put that in decimal form if you prefer. So I didn't actually work that out. 972. Please know on your calculator you can use the pi. And I get 3, I can't see the decimal, sorry. I also, or you could write 3,053.63 meters cubed. I would technically take either. I do think the answer with pi is less work because you don't need your calculator. All right, sorry, you do need it, but you don't have to go as far as to enter pi. All right, so surface area of a sphere, that equation is 4 pi times radius cubed. Squared. So that would be 4 pi times 9 squared, which equals, that would be 4 times 81. So 324 pi meters squared, or 324 times pi gives me 1,017.88 meters squared. So that pretty much covers lesson 2 for homework. You are to skip numbers 14, 16, and 28 through 30. And that's it.